Line your spine. Let your shoulders draw down. Oops, I guess, wait a second. Do you have to mute?
Yeah, I got it. You're good.
Okay, good. All right, so just find your
Sorry, I accidentally muted you. I'm so sorry. You have to unmute yourself. I'm so sorry.
Fine, it's good. All right, good. We're all good.
Okay.
All right, so just kind of arriving. We'll just all arrive here. And so as I said, I wanted to focus on boundaries today. And if you just even think about this, you know, the word boundaries, you know, ties that bind us, being bound, maybe even, you know, being spellbound. It's just an interesting idea. So let me share a little bit from a blog I was reading on this subject, right? So what are boundaries? Boundaries are divides, borders that separate one thing from another, such as ourselves from those around us. Boundaries serve to protect us from internalizing all the thoughts and emotions around us. This creates a strong sense of self as well as a feeling of safety and security. When we have healthy boundaries with others, we can address our own needs and help others without sacrificing too much of ourselves. When boundaries are unclear or non-existent, we become anxious, nervous, and insecure. Let's look at a classic example of a physical boundary. If you lock your house, no one can enter unless you welcome them involuntarily. On the other hand, you can decide to leave your door wide open. Now, anyone can enter, from nosy neighbors to insects to homeless people to strangers, teenagers looking for a house to party in. Since there are no rules established or enforced, everyone will come in and out of the house as they please and do whatever they wish. You can imagine how much of a mess this house could be within just a few days. The house will not be properly cared for and may collapse or become uninhabitable very quickly. Personal boundaries are just as important as physical ones. If we don't communicate to others how we can and cannot be treated, our mental and emotional states will be quite unstable. In order to maintain self-esteem and separate your own feelings and emotions from those of others, these limits are crucial. So how do we go about setting healthy boundaries with others? First, it's important to ask a few questions. What is it that I need? We take an inventory of our personal needs. Do you require several hours of time to yourself to recenter at the beginning or end of the day? Do you need more help from a spouse or roommates with household tasks? Whatever it is, make sure that you're aware of it. What do I value? Consider what is important to you in terms of principles, morals, ethics. Are you living life in accordance with those? And how do I want others to treat me? All people deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. Are the people closest to you treating you in this manner? So let's just kind of stop there and just let the shoulders draw down. It's kind of simple questions, but they're pretty weighted. They're heavy. We'll take a couple more cleansing breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's take one more deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. From here, let's come to the Ujjayi breath. Let the lips and take the tongue to the palate, the space behind the teeth. Let's take one more full inhale and an exhale. And then just realigning the spine and a nice straight spine, tips of the shoulder blades draw down the back. We're going to work with the Brahmari breath, the bee breath this morning. So it sounds like the buzzing of a bee. So let's take a couple of rounds of the Brahmari breath, and then we're going to add the mudra to it, Sandmukhi mudra. All right, so let's take a deep breath in, exhale everything out. Take an inhale in, and as you exhale, let's buzz like bees. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath in, exhale everything out. Take an inhale in, and on your exhale, buzz. All right, open the eyes for a moment, and we're going to come into the Sandmukhi mudra. And basically, we're going to close off our senses. So you're going to take your index finger and middle finger, and almost like looks like you're shooting a gun. Those are going to rest, your fingers are going to rest lightly on your eyelids. And we're just going to close the mouth instead of using our fingers. But we're also going to plug the ears. So with the fingertips lightly resting here, take a deep breath in, inhale in, exhale everything out. Take an inhale in, plug your ears, close your mouth, and buzz. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Fingertips are resting on your eyelids. We'll take an inhale in, exhale everything out. As you inhale, plug your ears, close your mouth, and buzz. And then we'll just let the hands come down. Just take a moment here and touch base, check in. I'm going to share, this is from like Twitter or Instagram, the freedom of limits. Without them, I am a floater, a drifter, unable to do or decide, lost in the universe of potential paths and choices. But once I've defined my boundaries and I've felt their outlines, then I can push past them, bend them, shape them, break them, be free of them, and start all over again. So let's come onto the mat, and we're going to start. You actually need your strap to start with today. And I'm going to have you take your strap and make a big loop in it. So you're going to take the strap and make a big loop in it. So take it, if you've got the D rings, you're going to take it through the double D rings. And then make a big, fairly big loop in it. We're going to use this for a bound position to open up our hamstrings. Okay, so like probably about like that big is probably good. All right, so you're going to put it over your head and take it at the hips, right? And then come onto your back, and you're going to take the feet and stretch them into the strap. Now, you're looking for kind of Goldilocks, a place where you're not like overstretching, where it feels, you know what, I said that wrong. It's not going to be at your waistband, it's going to be at your shoulder. So you've got to shimmy up to your shoulder. Sorry about that. So it's just across your shoulder blades. And now you're just going to let yourself be here in space. All right, so you're going to start there. So you'll start there. I'm just going to put this playlist on quietly over here. All right, so we're starting there. As you're there, can you relax your face, your jaw? And here are signs of healthy boundaries. Saying no without guilt, asking for what you want or need, taking care of yourself, saying yes because you want to, not out of obligation or to please others, behaving according to your own values and beliefs, feeling safe to express difficult emotions and have disagreements, feeling supported to pursue your own goals, being treated as an equal, taking responsibility for your own happiness, not feeling responsible for someone else's happiness, being in tune with your own feelings, knowing who you are and what you believe and what you like. Maybe a few rounds of cleansing breath. And in our physical posture, we've talked a lot about how when we activate muscles to give us more foundation, more structure, we actually create more freedom. And we'll work with binding, being supported with the muscles today. And binds themselves are actually quite nourishing for your shoulders and help us to counterpose, rounding our shoulders. Here we're just in a hamstring position, but there's a structure here that we don't always have. Take another couple moments here. Good. And then from here, just take your hands on the strap, bend your knees and take the strap off your feet. Yeah. And then, oh, that's okay. You're your foot. And let's take that off. So we're going to take it off. Good adjustment. All right. Now let's come back onto our mat and just reach the arms above the head and press to the feet. So I might say that like we need to bind to become unbound. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. And then we'll let the right knee bend, hug the knee in toward the chest, knee to heart pose. And then release the arms and the feet, stretch the arms above the head. Bend the left knee in, we'll hug the knee in toward the chest. And then release, reach the arms above the head, press to the feet. Inhale, bring the knee in, knee to chest. And then extend the arms and the legs. Pull the knees in, hug the knees in toward the chest. And then release the arms and the legs. Good. From here, we're gonna let the arms come along the sides of the body for a moment. Bend your knees. Lift your head and interlace your hands behind your skull. So the core, having a strong core is another, in a sense, creating strength to actually set your boundaries, right? So let's pick up our feet. Pull the navel toward the mat, ribs draw down, pelvic floor lifts. And now we're gonna stretch the legs either straight up or they could be on a diagonal. Roll the inner thighs away from center. Pull the navel center in toward the spine. Let's take a deep inhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Try not to use your hands, you're using your core, and then bring the head and shoulders down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. One more time, inhale up, and exhale down. Good, from here, just take a couple moments in resting. We'll do the resting breath here. Maybe pay attention to your solar plexus. Notice the energy you're creating there. Then let's bend the knees and squeeze the legs together, engage the core. Lift the head up, take the right elbow toward the left thigh. Open the arms out and bring the head and shoulders down. So inhale, we'll lift up, exhale, left elbow to the right thigh. Open the elbows out and bring the head and shoulders down. Inhale up, cross over, open up and bring the head and shoulders down. Lift up, cross over, open elbows and come down. Let's do a couple more. Lift up, cross over, open wide, bring the head down. Lift up, cross over, open wide and bring the head and shoulders down. Let's hold the knees for a moment and rock from side to side and breathe. Good, now let's rock up to seated. And I'm having you grab a block. So grab a block. We're gonna take the block and squeeze it right between your thighs. So it's gonna come right between your thighs, sit up tall. Hands on your hamstrings toward the armpits, pick up your feet. Now squeeze your thighs into the block. Squeeze the thighs into the block. And then maybe extend the legs if you can. And then let's bend the knees and bring the feet flat. Now from here, we're gonna come up onto the block. So you're gonna sit up on the block. And sit up tall. Ribs draw down, navel draws in, pelvic floor lifts, hands on the hamstrings. Roll the hamstrings away and then play with picking up your feet here. See how it goes. Maybe you can extend the legs out. It's hard. You might lose your way, right? You really gotta stay grounded in the center. You maybe just pick your feet up here. Right? Good. You guys are doing better than me. Joan's butt is not as flat as she thought it was. All right, so let's move off the block. And now we're gonna take the block between our thighs again and lie back and stretch your legs up. Squeeze your thighs into the block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I want you to feel the muscles in your legs activate. Hug your hips in. We're gonna take one more. Oh, sorry, the hands are gonna stay behind on the chest. We're gonna reach up, so reach up toward your feet. We keep squeezing the block. Good, and then let's bring everything down, bend the knees. Move the block over to the side. Just let your hands rest here on your abdomen for a few moments. And we'll take a couple of breaths. So here we're warming things up from the inside out. And then we'll rock up. Legs. And then bring your hands out in front of you and let's come into tabletop. Keeping the arms strong and straight. The muscles that wrap around your hips, they hug in. Muscles to bones. Core is activated. Let's drop the belly, melt the heart. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Let your face soften and relax. Good, now strong arms. Curl the toes, lift the knees, let's stretch up and back into down dog. We'll take a few cleansing breaths. Look up, take little steps or big steps to the front of your mat. Wrap the hands around the hips and we'll come up. Reach up, thumbs touch. And exhale the hands to heart. Take my sweater off. I'm just gonna have to move this back a little bit, guys. All right, so top of your mat. Let's open up the shoulders. So we'll take a clasp, but if you need a strap like I do, grab your strap for this one, okay? So you can use keep the loop, it's okay. Take the strap in the right hand, or you're gonna just wait for us here and then bend the elbow and bring your right hand to the middle of your upper back. Extend the left arm, bend the elbow, and let's hold the bottom of the strap, or you'll just intertwine your fingertips, all right? And let's take a couple moments here. Thighs roll back, pelvic floor lifts, tug the strap, and breathe. couple more rounds of breath. Let's take one more full breath. And then release that side. Just shake the hands off a little bit. And let's go the other way now. So we're gonna take either the hand is gonna wait here, or you're gonna hold the strap, bend the elbow, and bring your hand, your bent elbow, we're putting it in the front face of our arm there. Right arm extends, bend the elbow, reach in and grab the strap in a place that is a challenge, but not over efforting, so you begin to round your shoulders. And let's breathe here. Ujjayi breath. Find your inner space. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath here. Good, and then we'll release that and just shake that all off. Shake that off. And we'll come to the top of the mat. Come down over here. Press into the feet, reach the arms up. So reach the arms up, but knit the ribs down. Interlace the hands above the head. Press the palms to the sky, engaging the core. Outer hips are hugging in. Let's take a side bend to the right. Come back to center. Press into the feet with side bend to the left. Come back to center, press into the feet, side bend to the right. So here, got a solid foundation on the left side, exploring the right, come back to center, press into the feet, side bend to the left. Come back to center, we're gonna pull the arms behind the back. You could interlace the hands, you could grab the opposite elbows, or you could take reverse namaste if you felt like you wanted to work there. Right? So here we're just going to draw the shoulders down. You can have the interlace of your hands to grab the opposite elbows. And now we're going to add on a balance. So step into the right foot, pick up the left leg. And now stretch your leg back. So bring your knee in and place the foot flat. Come down. Shake that off. I'm going to turn the feet down. I know it's a little high. Give me a second to let the shoulders draw down. Pull the navel and find a gaze point. Pick up the right foot. And then we'll go back with the opposite leg. Great, and then pull the knee in and place the foot flat. Good. Reach the arms up, stretch up, exhale, hinge from the hips. Let's bring the hands to the thighs. And we'll press here. Draw the shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, press against the thighs, round the back, tuck the chin. Move with your breath. Good, and this last heart opener, let your hands press against your thighs. We're gonna press straight back, flat back. Hips are hugging in, muscles to bones. Boundaries, stay with your hands higher or bring them lower. You can drop the head if you don't get dizzy or have high blood pressure. Halfway up, monkey stretch. Let's bend the knees, open the hands, and step into the top of a push-up plank pose. Squeeze your legs to midline as if you've got that block between them, right? Creating that structure. Rock forward, bend the knees or lower straight down. We'll come through our back bend. Cobra, head cobra, up dog. And up and over the toes into down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Let's breathe here. Look up, lift the heels, step or float to the front. Monkey stretch, fold forward, rise up, palms touch. And exhale the hands to heart center. Press down into the feet, reach the arms up, exhale, fold forward. Lengthen monkey, soft the knees, top of a push-up, Chaturanga Dandasana. A little too steamy in here. Chaturanga, moving through your vinyasa. Good. And let us meet in down dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. All right, so let's stay and breathe here for a few moments. Look up, step or hop to the front of the mat. Monkey stretch. Fold forward, rise up, palms touch. And exhale the hands to heart center, mountain pose. Press down into the feet, reach the arms up. Interlace the hands above the head. Press into the feet, take a side bend to the right. Come back to center, press into the feet, side bend to the left. Come back to center, fold forward. Lengthen monkey. Soft the knees, take the left leg straight back. Straight leg runner's lunge, good. Bring the knee down and you can decide if it should be trimmed up or a deeper stretch. Reach the arms up, pull the navel in. We're gonna lift out of the waistband and take a back bend. Neutralize the spine, pull the arms behind you. You could bind your hands, you could grab your elbows, you could come into reverse namaste and bow toward your right thigh. Come back up, reach the arms up, palms touch, hands to the heart. Let's twist, left elbow coming across to the right thigh. Stay with your knee down or pick up your knee. Breathe, there. And then we're gonna look to the ground, bring the knee down, and we'll reach the arms up. Touch the ground on both sides, pick up the back knee, elevate. Now step into the right foot and we'll take a standing split. Bringing the forehead toward your shin. Left foot coming to the mat. Take a few breaths there. Either hands to the hips or rise straight up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Press into the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen monkey. Top of a push-up plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Down dog. Hold and breathe here. Look up, lift the heels, step or float. Monkey stretch. Fold forward, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. If I stay there, I'm just gonna go the other way. Reach the arms up, fold forward. Lengthen monkey. Soften the knees, right leg will come straight back. Good. Bring the knee down. We'll reach the arms up. Hug the outer hip muscles in. Lift out of the waistband, back bend. Neutralize the spine. Your arm position, bind, elbows, reverse namaste. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, bow. Rising up, reach the arms up. Palms touch, hands to the heart, twisting. Right elbow, we're gonna twist away from center, lift the belly in and up. Keep your knee down or elevate the knee up. Bring the knee down, and lift the arms up. Touch the ground. Pick up the back knee, elevate. Now we're gonna step into standing splits, so shift and lift into standing splits. Okay, bring the right foot down. Hands to the hips, elbows draw in and rise up, reach up, palms touch. And exhale the hands to heart center. Press into the feet, reach the arms up, bend the knees, chair. Straighten the legs, mountain. Bend the knees, chair. Straighten the legs, mountain. Bend the knees, chair. Hug the muscles to the bones on the hips. Now pick up your heels, core, and then bring the heels down. Lift the heels. Bring the heels down. One more time, pick up the heels and bring the heels down. Palms together, hands to the heart, left elbow to the right thigh. We'll take a twist. Bring the hands back to the center. Let's go the other way. We'll twist the other direction. We'll come to chair pose. Straighten the legs. Palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Great. Let's take a moment and grab a sip of water. We start off very hot in here. So take a moment and hydrate.
I can't break. Oh, that's from TJ.
All right. All right, so we're gonna use the strap again. I think it should work even if you just have that big loop in it. So we're gonna take a bound warrior one, warrior three, bound warrior three. One of my favorites. You feel how important it is to fire up your back leg in this. So you're gonna take the strap, and it's okay if you have the loop. Place your heel of your right foot in the strap, right? You're holding tight, and you're gonna step up and over with your left leg, all right? And it's okay if you have the loop. Now, shift the weight into the left leg, hug the outer hip muscles, and as you tug your strap towards you, and you feel both legs are working here, right? All right, and then we can step down, step over. Let's go the other way. So the outer hips are hugging in, the core muscles are activated. Now we're gonna go the other way. So we're gonna have the strap on the left foot, pick up the right leg and step over about 2.5 or 3 feet. Tug, you're gonna tug hard. Shift the weight into the right leg. Pin the outer hip muscles in as you tug. And work both legs. And then we'll step down, maybe a little better than me, and shake it off. All right? So, good job. That's great, John. All right, so let's meet at the front of the mat. And I want you to tap into your breath and your prana. And the fire, actually, in your legs, your solar plexus. And then let's lift the arms up. And from here, we're going to interlace the hands again above the head, and then take the arms out in front of you at shoulder height. Good. Now press the arms away. Drop your head for a moment. And just really stretch here. I'm going to lift the arms up. Bring the arms behind you. You decide what binding position you're going to take. Could be a bind, your classic one, reverse namaste, and lift your right leg up. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Stand up tall. You're stretching through the crown of the head. And we're going to take a seated standing pigeon, a bound version of it. Let's see if we can come down. All right, and then standing up, uncrossing, shaking off. And then we'll engage and go the other way. Left heel lift. Find a focal point. Left ankle on the right knee. And we'll start to sit. Come down. Good, and then stand up and shake it all off. All right, you might need your blocks for this sequence. And let's just meet at the front of the mat. Shoulders draw down, finding your breath. Reach the arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft the knees, take the left leg all the way back. I'm going to bring the left knee down into a deep hip flexor stretch. You might like a couple of blocks here to keep your spine lengthening. We'll stretch to the crown of the head even here. Like we're creating a lot of flexibility, but we want to hug muscles of the bones, activate the core, so you're just like not dumping into it, like you've got structure. The boundaries are supportive of our structure, so we have more freedom. All right, now we're going to curl the back toes and lift the knee. Now step your left foot in about a foot, and we'll come into pyramid poses. Now, you could put your blocks on all different levels if you don't feel grounded. Once you've got a straight leg on the right foot, spin your left heel on a slight angle. We'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. You can take your hands and turn them if you'd like to stretch your wrist. This feels good to me. Now turn your hands forward. Walk your hands to your hips. We're going to rise up. Now we're going to lower into this position from the ground, right? So you could bind your hands this way. Elbows if you want to take reverse namaste. Hinging from the hips. Let's bow in Find your structure, your foundation as you bow in towards your right leg. And then release the hands down. I will add the twist here. Left hand on the ground or the block, right thumb to your hip crease. Turn from deep in your core and let's take Pravrita Trikonasana. Right hand will come down. Look at the left foot. We're going to stretch it all the way to the edge of your mat. Spin your left heel in line with your right, and we'll open into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Right. Find your foundation. Pada bandhas. So the bandhas are ways that we create foundation and structure, boundaries, right? Ribs down, navel in, pelvic floor. Let's press under all four corners of your feet with the arches of your feet. And then we'll flip the right hand up to the sky, reverse the warrior. Open the arms out to the side, Warrior Two. Let's reverse the warrior again. Open the arms out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, triangle pose, stretch to the right, and let's open the arms wide. You might be able to hook your middle finger and index finger around the right big toe, or maybe not. We'll put a block there, but breathe. Okay, let's bend the knee, open into Warrior Two. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Take the left arm out in front of you. So it's out in front of you first. Plug the shoulder into its socket. And then stretch the arm up and over your ear. All right, we're going to take the left hand behind our back, half bind. Just hold here for a few moments and breathe. All right, now we're going to step into, if you want, a bound half moon. So look down at the ground. You don't have to keep the bind. You can pick up a block if you like it. And then play with that. See how it opens up your chest, your shoulders, and then release your arm. All right, now left hand to the hip, step down, and Warrior Two. Find your foundation again, that's not easy. Windmill down, warrior, coming into plank pose. Add your vinyasa. Let's hold and breathe here. Then look up and step or hop to the front of your mat. Monkey stretch. Hold forward, rise up, hands touch. And exhale, the hands to heart. We're going to go the other way. You guys stay there, I'll just turn this way. All right. So shoulders are all drawing down, pelvic floor, let's lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen monkey. Touch the ground, the right leg's going to come back this time so we can open this hip flexor. Just a few rounds of breath here. Great. We'll curl the toes, lift the knee. And widen the left foot. Let's step with the right foot forward and take this pyramid pose. We start with the hamstring opening part of it. You can hold the floor or hold your bricks. If you like the wrist stretch, turn your hands and bow in. Right foot turning slightly out. Now from here, we're going to turn the hands back to forward. Hug the muscles to the bones. Use your core to rise up. And let's take a bound version of it, your version. Lift the heart. Big inhale, exhale, hinging from the hips. All core there as you come down. Right, now let your hands come and reach for the floor again. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bow. And we'll add the twist here. Right hand on the ground, left thumb to your hip crease. Pelvic floor is engaged, and then twist here. and the left hand can come down. Pivot the right foot to parallel, scoot it all the way back. And now we're going to transition into warrior two, other direction, right heel in line with your left heel. Open up and breathe. Finding your foundation, engaging the bandhas. And then we'll reverse. Open the left hand, reach the left arm up, right hand to your thigh. Open the arms out, warrior two. Let's reverse the warrior again. Open the arms out. Take an inhale, triangle pose, straighten your left leg. Stretch to the left, and let's take this wide position. Rise up and bend the left knee. Let's see, left forearm, left thigh, right arm out in front of you. So you're gonna plug the shoulder into its socket and then stretch the arm up over your ear. Take the right hand behind your back. Now you can take a block in your left hand or just put your hand on the floor. We'll take a bound half moon pose. Right. Take your time. When you feel the structure, the foundation is solid, extend. Right hand to the hip, step back. Oops, and find warrior two. All right, good. Now from here, we're gonna straighten the left leg. Turn your toes and heels out. Those in the studio are gonna face the street. All right, so we got a wide-legged position. Open the arms out. Now take your arms above your head, interlace your hands, and press. Press into the feet. Let's take a side bend to the left. Come back to center. Press into the feet, side bend to the right. Come back to center, bring the hands to the hips, draw the elbows together, hinge from the hips. This is a lot of core. We're gonna bow halfway down and then come deeper into a forward fold. Let's hold and breathe here for a couple moments. Good, now press into the hands, lengthen the spine. Widen the arms like wings. Use your core to rise up. All right, let's see, we're gonna take the right foot. So those in the studio are turning toward the back of their mat. Bend the knee into warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out. Bring the right forearm on the right thigh. Take the left arm out in front of you. Plug the shoulder into its socket. Now stretch up and over. Side angle. Now you might decide that is enough. If you want to take a bind of some sort, you can take a half bind. Bring the left hand to the inner thigh. If you can go deeper, bend down and take your right arm underneath and intertwine your fingertips. See how that feels. If it's accessible, you can use the strap too. Strap will go over the left rib. Let's breathe here. Okay, from here, we're gonna release that. Right forearm on the thigh, stretch the arm up and over the ear. Right, open to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Right foot's gonna turn in. Let's go the other way. Left foot turns. Right, now, let's see, left forearm, left thigh. Take the right arm out in front of you. Plug the shoulder into its socket and then stretch and reach. You could take the right hand behind your back. That might be plenty. If you're going deeper, dive underneath. So we've done a lot of preparation, but where you are is perfect. Let's take a few moments here and breathe. Good. All right, let's release the binds. And then open into warrior two. Windmill down, touch the ground, roll off of your right heel. Now as you step the left foot back, see if you can keep it up off the ground. Three-legged plank. Chaturanga Dandasana here. You like it. Hold and breathe here. Lengthen into plank, lift the right foot up if you want. Add the structure, hips are hugging in, core is activated, and let's move through the vinyasa on this side, the three-legged vinyasa. And we'll lift into down dog. Hold and breathe. Let's lift the heels, bring the knees down. Touch the toes and come into child's pose. Check in with your breath and yourself. Good. Let's lift the head. Sweep the right arm up and pull the right arm underneath the left. Just rest your head and take a couple breaths. And we'll pull the right arm back through and rest for a couple breaths. And then the other way, the left arm lifts up, we'll pull the left arm underneath. And you can come to table if you don't enjoy the child's pose version. Take a couple moments here and breathe. All right, now the left arm will come through. Now we'll pull the knees to parallel and come onto the abdomen for a moment and just check in. You can rock your pelvis from side to side. Press down into the 10 toes, lift the knees up, inner thighs to the ceiling. We're gonna take a bound locust pose. Now, just imagine you've got that block between your thighs, right? We can reach back, we interlace the hands, or if there's a different variation, you like to stretch your knuckles toward your heels, pick up your feet, take 5 deep breaths. Couple more rounds of breath. One more deep breath. Good, let your body come down to the cheek. Nestle your heart in and let's bend the knees and rock a little side to side. And then the toes will come down. Forehead to the mat, hands by the ribs, lift the chest. Let's come into down dog. If you're feeling it, you want to. We're gonna step into the right foot, let the left foot lift. Pull the knee to center and step through. Bring your knee down. And we're gonna take a lizard lunge. Left foot turning on a slight angle, forearms are coming down. You could use blocks. Let's take a few more moments here. Take one more deep breath. And then press into the floor. Now here, let's bring the left foot to the center. We're gonna come into kneeling quadricep stretches. If those are in your practice, you can roll onto your right side and take a variation of that by grabbing your ankle. Let's see, we're gonna come into, I like a shortened up, a short little lunge here. And you can put a block underneath your knee too. All right, so we can reach back and grab the right foot. The left hand could take the right big toe. Now this feels awesome. You could stay here if you want to make this into a twist. Let's hold the right foot with your left hand. Bring your right hand down, turn your left foot and twist. So you're binding here too. Now look to the ground, we'll release that foot. Bring the right foot to center. Now this will be a little tricky. We're gonna take the right toes behind us and come into gate pose. So you guys are gonna face the, there you go. You're gonna face the street better, okay? Now open your arms. Pick up your left toes if you want. We're gonna take the full Paragasana gate pose. Stretch to the left. Reach for your left big toe. Or you could put your hand behind you, right? So you might need to find your way into that. All right, come back up. Let's touch the ground. Now we'll swing into half splits. If you're going into a deeper expression, slide your left leg out. So play with that. There's no judgment. Take what you need. And then let's meet together. Half splits. Step into the left foot. Pick up the right knee. You're going to shift into standing splits on the right leg's lifting up. Now, if you wanted to balance, you can look up and balance here for fun. And then let's step down. Hold for a couple moments. Rise up, reach up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, add this vinyasa or take it out. You can meet me in down dog. If you want to add it in, take it. You want to let it go, let it go. That's a boundary too, right? We'll step into our plank if we want, chaturanga or not. And sit down dog. All right, the left foot's going to stay grounded, right leg lifts. Pull the knee in, step through. Bring your knee down. I'm going to come into lizard lunge. Right foot turning, forearms on the ground or on blocks. And start to smooth out your breath. And then press down. And we're going to bring the right foot to center. I like to pull my left knee in so that it's not such a deep hip flexor position there. Reach back and grab your foot. Your left hand grabs your left foot. Use a block underneath your knee if you're tight, or blanket underneath. You can reach around and hold the left big toe with the right hand. If you like the twist, switch the hand to your right hand holding your foot. The left hand comes forward and we turn the foot and twist. And look to the ground, let go of your foot. Bring the right foot in. Let's see. Okay, we're going to take the left toes behind us. You guys are going to face the brick wall. And we're going to come into gate pose. Right toes in line with the left knee, open. Pick up your right toes. Hope you can see that in the picture, in the screen. Stretch to the right, maybe hook your index finger and middle finger on the right big toe, or you can put your hand behind you on a block. Rise up, now touch the ground. We're gonna switch back into half split, so your left toes pull to the back of the mat, right foot's forward. If you're staying there, stay there, or glide it forward into full splits if you want. We're gonna come into half splits. The transition is gonna be to standing splits like we did earlier. Right foot steps in, left knee lifts, shift and lift. Outer hips are hugging in. Right, now look up and hold. If you want to play with balance. Otherwise, you're just gonna play with standing splits. Right, and then let's step down. Bend the knees and sit down. Good, let's stretch the legs out and sit up really tall. Let's take a couple breaths here. So anchoring the sits bones down, shoulders are out of the ears. Lift the arms up. We'll take Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Now, if you wanted to take your strap, as opposed to taking the forward fold, hinging from the hips, take a stretch. You could hold. I like to cross my wrists sometimes. It feels nice. It's not just an option. But breathe here. Right, now lift the chin and come up to seated. Just right here, take a moment and check in. Couple breaths. And then we'll let the knees bend. Scoot your glutes towards your heels. Look onto your elbows, nice and slow. Let's put the hands on the solar plexus, the third chakra, the seat of power, fire. And this is an important part of having boundaries. We have to have the will, the self-empowerment, the strength. And then as you're ready, we'll stretch the heels out and come into Shavasana. Find your way. So very slowly, gradually begin to just connect to yourself, to your inner space. And just take some really gentle, easy movements. Wiggle the fingers and toes, rotate the ankles and wrists. And then as you're ready, let your knees bend and give yourself an embrace. Rock a little side to side if you'd like. And then we're going to meet in a seated position. So meet me there. You could drop through one side or the other or rock straight up. Let's come together and just find our seat, our center. Maybe bring your hands together in front of the heart center. Just take a moment here of gratitude. So boundaries are divides, borders that separate one thing from another, such as ourselves from those around us. Boundaries serve to protect us from internalizing all the thoughts and emotions around us. This creates a strong sense of self as well as a feeling of safety and security. When we have healthy boundaries with others, we can address our own needs and help others without sacrificing too much of ourselves. When boundaries are unclear or non-existent, we become anxious, nervous, maybe even insecure. And we talked about this a lot. We have to process everything that we bring in. So we are the gatekeepers for ourselves, right? That's an Ayurvedic idea. And I'm going to share a quote that I really liked. Your current safe boundaries were once unknown frontiers. Your current safe boundaries were once unknown frontiers. So use the boundaries to have more freedom. All right, if you'd like, bring your fingertips to the forehead, and we'll just pause here for a moment. Just honoring ourselves, our inner knowing, our inner wisdom, and then from here we can bow to one another and say namaste. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Namaste. All right, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for coming. There's Susan. Hello everyone. So nice to have you guys today. Please
You
have a
too.
wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Megan. It was great.
Thank you, as always.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Susan. Thanks,
Bye.
Susan, for the
Yeah,
help getting
bye.
on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Bye, guys.
I'll take class
Bye,
next
Bye.
guys. See you next
Take
week.
care. Oh yeah, we look forward to that. Susan and Charles are going to are going to school. I think maybe this week.
Oh, really?
She'll have more time for yoga.